FM98 दोस्ती चैनल के इस्लामाबाद स्टूडियो से प्रोग्राम हम कदम में आपका मेजबान नासिर महमूद खान आप सभी सुनने वालों को खुश आमदीद कहता है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। हमारी आवाज सुनी जा रही इस वक्त लाहौर, कराची, रावलपिंडी, इस्लामाबाद और इन चारों शहरों के गिरदोनवाह में बहुत सारे दूसरे इलाकों में आपके ट्यूनर्स पे शाइनिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी हुआ करती है FM98 और दुनिया भर में जहां पे भी हमारे सुनने वाले मौजूद हैं वो हमें सुन सकते हैं www.dostiradio.com। जी, इस वेबसाइट पे जाइए और सुनिए हमारी ये नशरियात जो कि आपके लिए पेश की जा रही हैं FM98 दोस्ती चैनल के इस्लामाबाद स्टूडियो से बराह रास्त। साल 2018 के 9वें महीने का आज 26वां दिन था और इसकी शाम ढल रही है और उम्मीद है कि आपका आज का दिन अच्छा गुजरा होगा और जहां जहां तक आवाज पहुंच रही है उम्मीद है हमारे सभी सुनने वाले खैरियत से होंगे, अपना और अपनों का ख्याल रखते होंगे। FM98 दोस्ती चैनल के इस प्रोग्राम में आज हमारी खुशबख्ती है, हमारे लिए बायसे फख्र और बायसे इज्जत है कि हमारे साथ एक बहुत ही खास शख्सियत, बहुत एक अहम शख्सियत हमारे साथ स्टूडियोज में मौजूद हैं। जी हाँ, हमारे बरादर दोस्त पड़ोसी मुल्क चीन के पाकिस्तान में तैनात सफीर याओ जिंग हमारे साथ स्टूडियोज में मौजूद हैं। उन्हें हम खुश आमदीद कहते हैं और उनसे गुफ्तगू रहेगी आज के इस प्रोग्राम में। और जो हमारे सुनने वाले हैं, जो रेगुलर सुनने वाले हैं, उन्हें मालूम है कि हम इस प्रोग्राम में अपने बरादर दोस्त पड़ोसी मुल्क चीन से मुतालिक मालूमात और वहाँ के मुख्तलिफ शोबों में जो तरक्की और पेशरफ्त है उस बाबत तस्करा करते हैं। लेकिन आज हम मोहतरम सफीर साहब से जानेंगे इन सारी बातों के बारे में। Your Excellency, we welcome you to FM98 Dosti channel. Thank you very much for your presence, sir.
Thank you, my honor.
Sir, we warmly welcome you to participate in our live program Hum Qadam, which is specially produced to highlight Pakistan and China friendship and cultural ties, and especially China-Pakistan Iqtisadi Rahdari, which we call CPAC. Sir, my first question to you. Recently, you met with our Prime Minister Imran Khan and President Arif Alvi and other senior officials of newly formed government. Kindly let us know about important matters you discussed with these dignitaries, sir.
Of course, first of all, that I think I have to say Assalamu alaikum to all the audience of the Dosti channel and good evening. I'm extremely pleased to have the chance to on the channel and to discuss something regarding the China-Pak relations as well as the CPAC with my host and share with our audience. Yes, I did meet the Honorable Prime Minister Imran Khan and other leaders as well as some of the cabinet members. I think first of all that I was presenting my congratulations for the new government because they get the mandate from the Pakistani nation and the people, and that they are leading the Pakistani people in the next several years for the national building as well as the economic development. So from the China's point of view, my meetings with the honorable leaders, including the president, the prime minister, the ministers, first that we want to make us available as a partner and a friend for the new government and the new leaders. Second, we would like to present our confidence with their leadership and their capability of leading Pakistan to a better future and better tomorrow. And thirdly, that of course we want to connect with the new leaders and the new ministers that for the next stage of our bilateral relations, because this dosti, this friendship between China and Pakistan is historical and it is a non-stop process since for the past almost 70 years. But under the new leadership, after my meetings with all the new leaders, I feel more confident and encouraged that this relationship, this friendship will be further consolidated, and with the leadership of all these all these leaders and also with the guidance of those leaders. So my meetings with them, I think, are very convenient, and I feel it is a very encouraging, and this is a good sign for our next stage of the relationship.
Sir, recently, after your successful visit of Chinese State Councillor and Foreign Minister, Mr. Wang Yi, to Pakistan, what's the latest situation of CPEC, and how do Mr. Wang Yi comment on this regard, sir?
Sure. But 2 weeks ago, I think our state councillor and foreign minister, Mr. Wang Yi, paid an official visit to Pakistan. He spent about 2 days in Islamabad, and he had extensive meetings with the leaders of Pakistan and his counterpart, foreign minister. Of course, he met some other ministers of the cabinet too. I think that he had a very thorough and comprehensive discussions with all his counterparts about our bilateral relations. And our bilateral relations, I think, covers a lot of areas, and the CPEC definitely is among the agenda. And I just want to share some of my impression about, first, that during these discussions and during the visit, both the governments, both Chinese and the Pakistani government, reiterated our commitment on further carrying forward the CPEC construction. Both sides agreed that this is a good project, good for the development of both China and Pakistan, and that this CPEC will help create more potentials and opportunities for our economic cooperation and the social development. Second, that both sides have also agreed that for all these ongoing projects under the CPEC, as well as the completed project under the CPEC, will be further carried forward according to the schedule. And the third consensus we made during the visit is that for the next stage of the CPEC, we will put our focus on 2 new areas. The first area is the joint ventures, FDI, and the private industry cooperation, plus our SEZ, Special Economic Zones development. The second area of the next stage of our focus is a social economic development. So both the government have decided that we will establish a new working group under the CPEC that we call the Social Economic Development Group. The social development include education, health, agriculture, human resources development, and poverty elevation. I think that this is exactly the agenda of the new government. This is the vision by the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Imran Khan. There are other consensus out of the visit. For example, more resources and more projects will be established in your western provinces and less developed areas like Balochistan, like KP province, and other areas of less development. And also there's a very important consensus between China and Pakistan that CPEC should be open to the third parties. We will welcome third party investment and the participation in the CPEC projects, because the CPEC, or this corridor, basically is a regional platform for connectivity and economic cooperation. So as far as CPEC is concerned, that this is the major outcome of the visit. However, our relationship also has covered like other cooperations, like in the areas of defense, in the areas of political cooperation, in the areas of international affairs. So CPEC is a part of our relationship. But I think that this is the latest outcome of the discussion. Thank you.
Right, sir. Your Excellency, that was the first visit of Mr. Wang Yi.
Yes.
And Mr. Wang Yi, what did his comment about this visit? Since you told us about the discussion which went on, but what was his comment regarding his visit at the time when Pakistan has got a new form government, sir.
Yes, because this is the first visit by our foreign minister, Mr. Wang Yi, and definitely he had his own impressions about that. First, he is very satisfied about the visit. Second, I think he is also very satisfied with all his discussions with the leaders of new government as well as his counterpart and other ministers. Thirdly, he thinks that this is a very fruitful and visit because a lot of consensus has been reached and the next stage of the bilateral relationship has been decided regarding their direction, regarding their contents, and also regarding the future development of the CPEC. For example, next stage, we call that CPEC should be moved into a new stage of enrichment and expansion. By enrichment, that is, we are increasing the social sector and the private sector cooperation in it. By expansion, because we mean that the CPEC will cover more areas within and without Pakistan. So I think that this is from the Chinese point of view, this visit is successful and is fruitful, and it paved the foundation for our next stage of cooperation.
Right. जी लिसनर्स हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं पाकिस्तान में चीन के सफीर याओजिंग और उनसे गुफ्तगू हो रही है और अब तक की गुफ्तगू जो हुई है उसमें उन्होंने बहुत तफसील से ख़ास तौर पर पाकिस्तान में बनने वाली नई हुकूमत जो है उसके बाद जो चीन और पाकिस्तान के दरमियान जो आला सतही राब्ते हुए हैं उनसे मुतालिक गुफ्तगू की है. इसकी तफसील हम आपको बाद में बताएंगे क्योंकि ये एक म्यूज़िकल चैनल भी है, हम साथ ही साथ म्यूज़िक भी इसमें शामिल करते हैं. Your Excellency, I'm going to play a Chinese song, and I hope you're gonna like it.
Okay, of course. 岁
जी लिसनर्स प्रोग्राम हम कदम नासिर महमूद खान आपके साथ और हमारी आज हमारे लिए बायस इज्जत के हमारे साथ स्टूडियोज में मौजूद हैं पाकिस्तान में अवामी जमहूरिया चीन के सफ़ीर जनाब याओजिंग और उनसे गुफ्तगू हो रही है। उनसे अब तक जो बातचीत हुई बात का सिलसिला हम यहीं से आगे बढ़ाते हैं। मिस्टर एम्बेसडर, आई होप यू लाइक दैट सॉन्ग।
Sure, of course. That is a very famous song about love in China.
Okay. So we continue our discussion like we were talking about CPAC. So according to some media reports, Saudi Arabia is willing to participate in CPAC. What is the stance of China regarding inclusion of a third party, that is Saudi Arabia, sir?
Yes, I think for China, we have a general consensus with the Pakistani government. CPAC should be a regional project and a regional platform for regional cooperation. So for all the third party, so the country's participation will be welcome. And also that I think the investment, their participation of the third party or third countries in the CPAC is a natural stage for this kind of regional cooperation. So for China, we are open to all the partners. Of course, the CPAC based on our China and Pakistan, our bilateral arrangement and the bilateral design, and we need to further discuss and also consult with each other on the modalities, on the areas and the project of the cooperation. But for all the third party, for all the third country who are willing to join this, basically we believe that they are joining the regional cooperation. They are joining the regional development and the connectivity. As long as this kind of participation investment is good for the enhancement of regional economic cooperation, I think both Pakistan and China will welcome them. Thank you.
Sir, as you know, it's a live program and our listeners, they have few questions. लिसनर्स आपके जो मैसेजेस हम तक पहुंच रहे हैं 4471 पे, आज एक बहुत अच्छा मौका है कि हमारे साथ सफ़ीर साहब मौजूद हैं, उनसे गुफ्तगू हो रही है। अगर आपके जहन में भी कुछ सवाल है, आप पूछना चाहते हैं चीन से मुतालिक या फिर ख़ास तौर पे चीन पाकिस्तान इक़्तिसादी राहदारी से मुतालिक, तो आप ज़रूर हमें 4471 पे अपना SMS कर सकते हैं। योर एक्सेलेंसी, वी हैव गॉट अ मैसेज।
Yes.
One of our listener, he's from Rawalpindi, Asim, and he said, okay, so how many new jobs are expected in CPAC?
I think right now, totally under the CPAC, we have 22 projects under construction or completed on operation.
Right.
And totally, as far as our statistics, there are 70,000 Pakistani local jobs, local employees are working with the Chinese people on these 22 projects. However, that if all these projects move into a full play or in a full implementations, our total estimation is that for the next stage of the CPAC, we will help to create at least 200,000 local employees or local jobs.
आसिम, अभी आपको जो जवाब दिया गया है वो यही एम्बेसडर साहब ने बताया है कि फिल वक्त 22 जो प्रोजेक्ट्स चल रहे हैं उनमें 70,000 के लगभग पाकिस्तानी काम कर रहे हैं, और जब ये मंसूबा अपनी तकमील को पहुंचेगा तो तकरीबन 2 लाख मुलाजमतों के मौके इस मंसूबे के तहत लोगों को मिल सकेंगे। सर, वी हैव अनदर मैसेज, अजीम फ्रॉम कराची। ही इज आस्किंग हाउ कैन वी गेट a business visa easily, and what opportunities can we get from China embassy to facilitate us in business terms?
Yes, I think there are some concerns regarding our visa requirements and the visa application, and our embassy is trying to our best to facilitate and to make these procedures as easy as possible. So I think that this question is very relative. For example, right now that we are encouraging that bilateral trade and the business between Pakistan and Pakistan and China, and definitely we want to encourage more exchanges of the businessmen, and also we welcome the tourists or that for the visitors for the pleasure from Pakistan to visit China. So I think that for the all the visa requirements are available on the Chinese embassy's website. However, if you find any kind of difficulty, also that we have a visa hotline, but I can't remember the number, but it is available in the Chinese embassy's website. But if you want to do business, we have further facilitations. For example, if you can get a recommendation letter from local chamber, if you can get a recommendation letter from a local trade promotion, like in Karachi, TDAP, the Trade Development Agency. If you can get a recommendation, you can be exempted all the other documents, and based on this recommendation from the chamber or the agency, we will issue the visa. However, that for all these frequent visitors to China, basically for the business, that if you have traveled to China more than 3 times, we will exempt the further requirements of any visa, and you just come here and we will give you multiple entries on the basis of the frequency of your visit to China.
परफेक्ट सर. और जी अजीम, अभी एम्बेसडर साहब ने बताया है कि आप इसके लिए तफसील से जो मालूमात है वो आपको मिल सकती है चाइनीज़ एम्बेसी की वेबसाइट उस पर भी. लेकिन जैसे कि आपको मालूम है कि ये चीन पाकिस्तान की दोस्ती को फ़रोग देने के मकसद को लेके ये चैनल शुरू किया गया था. तो dostiiradio.com की वेबसाइट पे भी आप जा सकते हैं. वहाँ पे भी आपको बहुत ही सहूलत के साथ ये तमाम मालूमात वहाँ पे दी गई है. आप उससे भी इस्तेफादा कर सकते हैं. Your Excellency, I have a question like according to some media reports, Saudi Arabia, is willing, and you told us that it is for the regional countries, okay? But there are some reports in media that misconception about CPAC and, government of Pakistan is willing to revisit CPAC. What's your take on it, sir?
I think that there are misconceptions. In fact, that I think such a kind of cooperation, such a large scale, such a long-term project, I think there are different views. This kind of different views are natural. And for us, definitely we are looking into this kind of perceptions because we want to invite more views to make this project more successful and more deliverable towards the people, towards our both two countries. And there are some kind of, for example, so-called revisit of the or review the CPAC. I think that you just different terminology. In fact, that as I briefed just now when our foreign minister was here, we did have a kind of rediscussion about the next stage. So there are several reasons for this kind of discussion or revisiting of the CPAC. For example, very obviously that you have a new government, and the new government, they have their own agenda, priorities. So the CPAC, it is a part of the Belt and Road Initiative. Our major principle is that all these projects or all these cooperation should be based on mutual consultation. So that is the first reason that we have to follow the new government or Pakistan's priority and agenda. Then the CPAC should be based on their priorities and based on our mutual discussion. And the second, that the CPAC for the past 5 years, we have done a lot in the infrastructure sector. So when we have the electricity, when we have this kind of road, then naturally that after 5 years, even as an economic project, we should have a natural further development. So this kind of revisit or rediscussion about the CPAC, in fact, indicated both sides are going to take this CPAC much forward on a natural way or a scientific way. And thirdly, that after 5 years, when we first started the CPAC in 2013, even the situation in China has also undergoing a kind of change. The global regional situations are changed. So CPAC as a kind of international cooperation project, naturally we have to adjust the priorities or the focal areas of that. So this is a natural process. Even that we can't say that certain projects when we fixed it a certain or 5 years ago, then we never changed it. We have to adjust the contents, adjust of the pace and the major projects of the CPEC according to the change of the situation, according to the change of the reality, as well as according to the change of the Pakistani needs.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, we have a listener from Karachi, and Aksa. Aksa is her name. She wants to welcome you
Thank you.
in this program, and she's saying Ni hao.
Oh, Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, thank you very much, Aksa Khalid. और एक और मैसेज ही हमारे पास फरहीन from Islamabad. Welcome to Mr. Yao. We are really blessed to have a great friend in our neighbor, and we are proud of China friendship.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are also proud of Pakistan as our very, very traditional and strong friend.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Your Excellency, in November, China is going to hold an international import expo, and our Prime Minister Imran Khan is expected to visit China during this expo. What kind of benefits this expo will be offering to our country, Pakistan?
Yes. On the 5th of November, the China will host first ever import exposition in Shanghai, the biggest city of China. And by inviting more imports from foreign countries, from other partners to China, it is one of the contribution China can do to our traditional trade partners and the traditional, I should say, business partners. Pakistan, first, it is a very important neighbor of China. Second, Pakistan is a major economic partner of China. Thirdly, that the trade between China and Pakistan was quite imbalanced. For the past several years, China was having a kind of surplus. And this kind of surplus, in fact, we have no intention to enjoy surplus through the trade with Pakistan. So we want to import more. By hosting this import exposition, basically we are gathering all the Chinese importers together, and we are inviting the Pakistani and other countries' exporters to come to China and to directly interact with each other. For example, to find the trade opportunities, for example, to finalize the trade standards, and for example, to find the trade modalities. In fact, that this is another consensus between Chinese and the Pakistani government. For the next stage, China will encourage more import from Pakistan. We want to buy more, buy much more from Pakistan. So I can say that on the 8th of October, a buying delegation or purchasing delegation from China is coming to Pakistan. This is organized by our government, and they will explore that the business opportunities in Pakistan and ink the purchasing contracts from the exporters. In fact, our embassy and also our chambers, they are right now very keen to be in contact with the local chambers of the different cities and the provinces, because we want to find more items that to buy from Pakistan. So for the next stage, buy more is our major policy as far as trade is concerned.
So thank you very much. और बहुत ही अच्छी और बहुत ही जामे अंदाज में सफ़ीर साहब ने बताया है। एक ये जो बात चली आ रही है कि पाकिस्तान और चीन के दरमियान जो है वो तिजारती अदम तवाज़ुन की बात की जाती है, तो अभी सफ़ीर याओजिंग ने जो बताया है कि वो ये कि अभी अगले ही माह एक वफ़द जो है चीन का वो पाकिस्तान आ रहा है, और उस वफ़द में वो तमाम सौदागरान जो हैं वो शामिल होंगे जो कि पाकिस्तान से मसनूआत की ख़रीदारी में बहुत सारे कुछ मुफाहमतों के और कुछ यादाश्तें जो हैं वो दस्तखत उन पर किए जाएंगे, और चीन चाहता है कि पाकिस्तान जो है उसकी भी बरामदात जो है उसमें इजाफा हो सके। और ये एक सवाल है जो अमूमन मुख्तलिफ शोबों की तरफ से आता रहता है, और इस पर अक्सर लोगों की तरफ से वही मिसकंसेप्शंस जो हैं वो भी फैलाए जाते हैं, लेकिन हमने जैसे कि खुद अभी सफ़ीर साहब की ज़बानी सुना कि इसमें आने वाले दिनों में पाकिस्तान के लिए काफ़ी हौसला अफजा जो मामलात हैं वो होने वाले हैं. Your Excellency, as we all know that the China-Pakistan economic corridor will continue till the year 2030. What is the planning and vision of Chinese leader about this second phase of CPAC, sir?
Yeah, we are not calling the second phase. We call the new phase.
Okay.
Last year, end of last year, we had a long-term plan of the CPAC. That is starting from, that is till the 2030. But I can say that the CPAC is open-ended, because CPAC is a part of the Belt and Road Initiative. This Belt and Road Initiative, the basic purpose is that China's development should be combined with our neighbors' development, with our whole neighborhood's development, with the whole world's development. So in fact, CPAC as the flagship project under this, our cooperation with Pakistan is also open-ended. We should not have a kind of time frame or a deadline for this. However, this long-term plan that till the 2030, in fact, the major purpose is that till the 2030, we will finish the major infrastructure for Pakistan's industries. We will set up the major industrial foundation for the very competitive industry or manufacturing for Pakistan. And also, we will have a balanced development of the different areas and the provinces of Pakistan. So that is only a staged target or goal for the CPAC. But our friendship and our cooperation between China and Pakistan, I should say, should last hundreds and thousands of years, because I think we live together, we have to develop together, we have to prosper together.
Wonderful, sir. So before we move towards the next segment of our this discussion, that we would love to know about your experience and the other side of Mr. Yao Jing. Before that, I'm going to play another song, and then we'll continue our discussion.
春风沉醉，那里绿草如茵，月光把爱恋洒满了湖面，两个人的篝火照亮整个夜晚。多少年以后，如云般游走，那变幻的脚步让我们难牵手，这一生一世有多少你我被吞没在月光入睡的夜里，多想某一天某日又重现，我们流连忘返在贝加尔湖畔。 随云走，那纷飞的冰雪容不下那温柔。这一生一世，这世间太少，不够证明融化冰雪的神奇。就在某一天，你忽然出现，你清澈又神秘，在北站呼喊。你清澈。
जी लिसनर्स प्रोग्राम आप सुन रहे हैं हम कदम और आज हमारे साथ स्टूडियोज में मौजूद हैं इस्लामाबाद में तैनात चीन के सफ़ीर जनाब याओजिंग। उनसे गुफ्तगू हुई। अब हम ज़रा गुफ्तगू का सिलसिला जो है उसको उस तरफ लेके जाते हैं, क्योंकि जो भी हमारे दोस्त ममालिक के लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं उनसे हम यही बात ज़रूर पूछते हैं कि पाकिस्तान में उनका क़याम कैसा है, पाकिस्तान को उन्होंने कैसा पाया। तो ज़रा एम्बेसडर साहब से जानने की कोशिश करते हैं। योर एक्सलेंसी, what I learned, this is not your first time in Pakistan.
Yes, it's my third time.
Okay, so, but as an ambassador, you are here for the first time, right?
Yes.
So, how do you like Pakistan, the Pakistani culture, and our cuisine?
Yeah, I think Pakistan is like my second home.
Okay.
For whole my diplomatic career, I spent most of my time with association in Pakistan. I spent totally 10 years already in Pakistan. I was here for the previous 2 postings, and right now is my third time in serving the China-Pakistan relations. So I think that as the second home of Pakistan, I take everything is a kind of homemade for me. For example, the people of Pakistan, I love them. The people of Pakistan are very frank and straight, and that they take the friendship sincerely. And since, for example, this is my third time in Pakistan, but those friends I made 20 years ago, when right now we met, although that our hairs are white, but I think that our friendship is as fresh as 20 years ago. And also that I love the culture of Pakistan, because first, Pakistan very historical. You have the history and you have the ancient civilization here. So this kind of ancient civilization history, in fact, is deeply rooted in your characters and features. So when I have the chance to interact with the local friends and the people, that their understanding of the region, their understanding of the relationship, and their understanding of the future of the world and the in fact, I feel very much at home, because I don't see a lot of differences. We have the same tradition, we have the same culture, and we have the same vision for the future of our 2 countries, of the whole region and the whole world.
So you must have met with our young generation,
Yes.
Different from different universities and students. How do you see Pakistani youth? Do they have potential? They are talented. They are ready to cope up with the new challenges.
Yes, of course. I think Pakistan is a young nation. You have 65% of the population. They are young people. For example, this morning I was in a Millennium Roots School. That in fact they are from grade 1 till grade 4 or 5. They are very young kids. But 850 students, that they are very keen in learning Chinese,
really?
As well as the local syllabus, of course. But I can feel that through my interaction with the young generation of Pakistan, I think that first, that this is very futuristic. Second, there are a lot of talents. Thirdly, they are very hardworking. And finally, they are promising. So when I was when I'm with these young generations, I feel very much, I should say, encouraged, and also a very promising future is siding with this young generation. I have every confidence and the best wishes for the young generation of Pakistan.
Sir, you must have visited different cities of Pakistan. Which city do you like the most?
I like the old cities. I think I was traveling a lot since the 1990s when I was in Karachi, a major business center. I was in Lahore, historical and cultural. I was in Swat and Peshawar. That is, I should say, the frontier culture and the traditions. I was in Balochistan and Quetta for many times. And I also was in northern areas in Gilgit and Baltistan. I think that first, the diversification of Pakistan is vast. Second, that the nation entity is so intact among the different. So everywhere you go. So I should say I like all the cities and I like all the villages of Pakistan. You have very beautiful valley in Qadam and in this Baltistan. Yeah, you have very beautiful, I should say, deserts in Tar and in the Sindh. You also have very beautiful coastal areas in Gwadar and Balochistan. So, and this kind of diversity and the beauty of the nature for Pakistan is a gift. It's a heavenly gift for Pakistan, and it also is a heavenly gift, I think, for the neighborhood, because finally we find Pakistani nation, they are peace-loving, and they are very much of entrepreneurship. So China is lucky to have a neighbor like Pakistan. Chinese people are lucky to have a neighbor as Pakistan whole nation. So this is, I think, my impression about Pakistan.
So thank you very much. And in the last, I would like any message to our listeners, because most of our listeners, they are from youth.
Oh,
so,
I see.
but I want a message for our listeners from Your Excellency.
Sure. I thank dear listeners and audience of the Dosti channel. I think that this is my first time to be interacting directly. Of course, I feel quite nervous, but I would love to have more interaction directly with the young audience or listeners of the Dosti channel. For message, I think that the message is very simple as far as from me, that I hope that the young generation or the older audience and the of the Dosti channel could have a proper understanding and of our relationship and could work together with your government, with the Chinese government, for the further consolidation of this friendship and cooperation. I want to say that China, as a neighbor of Pakistan, I think that China has every intention to join Pakistan for the development, for the peace and the stability, as well as for the common prosperity of the region, of the whole world. Thank you.
So thank you very much. And in the last, I must share these messages with you. One of our listeners, Umar Khalid, she said, Pakchin Dosti Zindabad, and she writes it in the Roman Chinese, so I couldn't understand, but she said Pakchin Dosti Zindabad, Pakistan-China friendship. And another message, she said, we are really, really proud to have China as our true friend.
Thank you.
And Jamil Arif from Islamabad, thank you very much, Jamil. And another message from Aisha. Aisha is from Rawalpindi. Welcome, Mr. Yao Jing. I'm very impressed by the Chinese idea of win-win cooperation. CPAC is one of the example of that. I would like to know which is Mr. Yao's favorite place in Pakistan.
My favorite part, Islamabad.
Okay, right. Thank you very much, listeners, and Your Excellency. We are really grateful for your valuable time you have spent with the FM98 Dosti channel, and I hope in future we will have more interaction like this.
Thank you, and I'm trying to be more used to this.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
sir.
जी लिसनर्स, हमारे साथ मौजूद थे चीन में पाकिस्तान में चीन के सफ़ीर जनाब याओ जिंग। उनसे गुफ्तगू रही और उन्होंने बहुत ही मुख्तलिफ चीज़ों से मुताल्लिक जो सवालात होते हैं हमारे जहनों में, आज उन्होंने भी उन्हें बहुत अच्छे अंदाज पे बताया और ये पैगाम भी आप तक पहुंचाया, उनकी तरफ से पहुंचा है कि पाकिस्तान और चीन, इसकी दोस्ती कुछ सालों, 2 साल, 5 साल, 10 साल के लिए नहीं है, बल्कि इसे वो आइंदा आने वाली कई नस्लों तक आगे बढ़ता हुआ देखते हैं। और जब इनका इंटरेक्शन होता है यहाँ पे नौजवान नस्ल के लोगों से, तो उनमें जो इनको पोटेंशियल नज़र आता है, उससे भी ये पाकिस्तान के मुस्तकबिल के बारे में बहुत ही पुरुमीद हैं। लिसनर्स, चीन पाकिस्तान की दोस्ती एक ज़रबुल मिसल का दर्जा रखती है पूरी दुनिया में। इसे अब एक मुहावरे के तौर पे और एक ज़रबुल मिसल के तौर पे भी पेश किया जाता है। हमारी आपसे दोबारा मुलाकात होगी इसी चैनल पर। अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। आपके लिए बहुत सी नेक तमन्नाएं और दुआएं। इजाज़त दीजिए। खुदाए पामान।